There is something strangely satisfying about picking up a piece of gear that feels like it belongs to a different era of photography. This little zoom lens is one of those classic workhorses that often gets overlooked in favor of the newer, faster glass. But honestly, it has a certain charm that is hard to ignore. When you hold it, you immediately notice how compact it is. It is not going to weigh down your camera bag, which makes it a fantastic companion for those days when you just want to wander around and shoot without feeling like you are carrying a brick. The build is classic Nikon, solid, functional, and built to last, even if it does lean a bit into that plastic-heavy construction that defined the era. Now here is the thing about the focal range. Starting at 35 and pushing out to 70 gives you a really versatile spread. It covers that sweet spot between a wide-angle view and a short telephoto, making it surprisingly capable for street photography or even some candid portraits. You are not going to get that razor-thin depth of field you might find on a prime lens, but the f3.3 to 4.5 aperture range is perfectly usable for most daylight shooting. What stands out, though, is how it handles light. It has a distinct character that feels a bit softer and more organic than the clinical, ultra-sharp lenses we see today. Some might call it a lack of contrast, but others would call it a vintage aesthetic that adds a bit of soul to the images. One thing to keep in mind is the autofocus. It is not exactly a speed demon by modern standards. It has that mechanical, slightly noisy whir that reminds you exactly how old the technology is. If you are trying to track fast-moving subjects, you might find yourself wanting a bit more snap, but for general purpose, it gets the job done well enough. The zoom ring has a nice, smooth resistance to it, though it does have a bit of that classic push-pull feel that some people love and others find a little finicky. It is definitely a lens that rewards a bit of patience. You have to work with it, rather than expecting it to do all the heavy lifting for you. If you are looking for perfection, this probably isn't the one, but if you want something that adds a bit of character to your shots without breaking the bank, it is a solid choice. It is not trying to be the sharpest tool in the shed, but it is reliable, portable, and has a way of making photos look like they actually came from a camera rather than a computer. It is a humble piece of kit, but for the right person, it is exactly what is needed to keep things simple and fun.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.